it into the ground until it's dead, and then get a new car. Well, that day has come. So, my car was having a bunch of issues, right? And then it stalled on me twice. And in order to get it running, I had to pay like $1,400. So I did that because I needed to at least get it running. I have replaced the shocks. I've had 3 batteries, camshaft, crankshaft, starter, and I've kept up with all like the maintenance and everything. It was just her time. So even after getting the new starter, just to make sure my car was actually running, I was still having the issue with the acceleration, which was definitely a sign that my transmission was going. And since I've been dealing with this issue for like a year now, it was really gonna just go any day now. In addition to what I got replaced just to get it running, I also needed a new catalytic converter, which was the final straw. Like, absolutely no way I'm paying for that. So yeah, I basically just paid to get the car running, so I was able to sell it. And I bought it from CarMax, and I sold it back to CarMax, and I was able to get $1,000, which, hey, I'm not mad at it. I don't even think they looked at the car because it was like so chaotic in there, and like they didn't even talk to me about the condition or the check engine light or anything. So whatever, it's their problem now. So it means I need a new car, and I knew this day was coming. I wasn't ready yet. I would have loved to, you know, have bumped my credit up a little bit, paid some stuff off, but I had to sell it while it was still worth something, because as soon as that transmission was gonna go out, it would just be worth nothing. So I had to do it now. And that was last Saturday. Today is Thursday. So I've always wanted a Jeep Wrangler ever since I can remember, so much so that my first email address was pinkjeep05. So yeah, I've always wanted one. And I had some requirements: black exterior, black interior, hardtop, Apple CarPlay, camera like backup system, under 50,000 miles, under 35K. I think that's about it. So once I did all those searches, there really weren't a lot of options. CarMax did have some, but they were in different states, and it would have cost like a couple grand to get it shipped here. And you have to like pay that up front. And then I found these 2 dealerships that were pretty far away, like 50, 60 miles away. But like the prices seemed a little too good to be true. But I was still like, you know what, let me check it out. So the dealership, the cheapest prices, they weren't even answering my questions. I had to like follow up with them, like, hello, I'm trying to give you thousands of dollars. Like, are you going to talk to me? And they got back to me, and then they got back to me too hard. And I was reached out to by like a million different salespeople, and they are continuing to message me, even though I told them that I've purchased elsewhere. Also, when I looked up the reviews, they were terrible. Basically like a bunch of add-ons that end up adding like a ton of money to the price, and they won't let you leave the lot with the car unless you do those add-ons. So it was a whole bait and switch thing. So it was too good to be true. The second dealership I was looking at was a little higher, but around the same rate. But same thing, really bad reviews, bait and switchy. And they also provided vehicles for ICE. So fuck them. But they were in Huntington Beach, so that's not a huge surprise. So then I was left with Carvana, which I haven't dealt with before. But I was like, you know what? Let me just do it, because I could do it all online. Anyway, Friday. So Carvana it was. And they are delivering my car tomorrow. And I'm so excited. It is Friday the 13th. And I'm really excited. It'll be here between 11 and 2. So all of this has happened in like literally the past like 4 weeks. And it's been super stressful. You know, when you have unexpected expenses and then you have to make like really quick decisions. It's really stressful, right? But now that everything's done, I feel a lot better. And I've been watching YouTube videos about Jeeps all week. And I definitely have some mods that I want to do, but that's gonna have to come a little later once I get used to having a car payment again. But yeah, I'm really excited. I am going to look for a Jeep group in LA because I love a community, and that was one of the reasons I wanted a Jeep, because they have a pretty diehard community. That, and it's so customizable, you can like pretty much change up anything you want. And I'm excited. I've been stressed, but now I'm excited. I will be even less stressed once the first like car payment goes through next month, just so I can kind of like get back into the groove of that. But yeah, so that's where we're at. All right, I will see you when the car gets here. Okay, they're here. Driver just pulled up and said they're outside, so I'm gonna go let them in. So excited. Ride with me. Don't gotta worry for the both of us. Put you in the driver's seat. Okay, so I've just been like sitting in my Jeep trying to get everything situated, my mirrors, my CarPlay, and yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna take the manuals inside with me and just like read up on everything, just so I could get to know it even better. So unfortunately the CarPlay is not wireless. You have to plug your phone in, but I did buy a wireless adapter. This is the one I got. So I've set that up, so that's all done. Nice, we got the CarPlay going. This is something I wanted to, was like the hard cover, because some of them have like this like tan denim-y cover, and these mostly, I know the leather ones come with like a leather one, but I'm glad that this has the hard like charcoal gray cover, because I just think it looks better. Little Easter eggs. There's the Jeep on the gear shift. There's a little Jeep here. And then I also found some Jeeps on the wheels. And I want to find my little secret animal if I have one. I'm so excited. She looks good. This is what the top looks like. This is one of the things I'm gonna do when I'm like modding it, is either like paint these so that they're black as well, or just get like the covers. The covers are kind of pricey, so I don't know, but I'm gonna work on the outside first. So the back seats do fold completely flat, and I can totally lay down back here, which is amazing. Definitely gonna have to go camping at some point. All right, I have my reading materials ready to get educated. I'm just excited to drive around, get used to the car. So far, so good. A couple things I noticed from the Carvana standpoint. Car's not as clean as it could be. You know, that's fine. I can clean it. And also, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to come with a bag for the Freedom panels. There's no bag, so I'm going to have to figure that out or just throw the panels in the trunk whenever I want to take them off. The key ring on my keys that they gave me, just like such a terrible key ring. My keys have already fallen off multiple times, so gotta get a new key ring. And there are definitely some more nicks and scratches than was depicted online. Again, I would have still bought it, but just a couple things I noticed buying from them. I have some DoorDash shifts scheduled this weekend, so I'm gonna get quite a bit of time driving around, and overall I am excited. I set everything up and she is ready to go. Now I gotta find my little Jeep groups and make some Jeep friends. As I am doing different mods, I'll record that as well. Step one is gonna be to black out the exterior. So the silver on the grill and around the fog lights and my wheels, I wanna get those all black. And then I'm gonna start adding in accents of color. I think that's gonna pretty much be where I start. So I should be able to get those done in the next few months or so. But I'll film that as well in case anyone's interested. But that's gonna be that for now, so yay! Thanks for watching, bye.